For months, the Golden State Warriors looked like a team on the decline. Inconsistent play, a shaky defense, and a roster that just didn't seem to click. They were slipping in the standings, fading out of title contention.
Curry, step-back three. Hauser the rebound.
But then Steph Curry reminded the world exactly who he is. After dropping a season-high 56 points in a statement win, the Warriors have now won 7 of their last 8 games, climbing back into the playoff race and suddenly looking like a real threat in the West again. But this surge isn't just about one performance, because ever since landing Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline, something has shifted in Golden State. So, is this just a temporary spark? Or does the NBA officially have a Warriors problem? The 2024-25 NBA trade deadline wasn't just big, it was league-altering. Superstars moved, contenders reloaded, and the Warriors found themselves racing against time. Their season had been stuck in limbo, too talented to tank, not good enough to contend. Trade rumors surrounded them for months, with front office moves mirroring their on-court inconsistency. They checked in on LeBron James last year. Nothing. Took a swing at Paul George and Lauri Markkanen in the summer. No deal. Even flirted with the idea of bringing Kevin Durant back after the Suns picked up the phone, only to back out when Durant made it clear he wasn't interested. Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic were on the radar, but no real traction emerged. The Warriors weighed their options, explored every possible scenario, and then made a move that shifted everything. They landed Jimmy Butler, one of the most clutch playoff performers of his generation, a defensive menace, a veteran with an unmatched ability to elevate his team when the stakes are highest, and most importantly, the Warriors found a player looking for a franchise that could maximize his talents, plus a man who never turns down the chance to secure the bag.
Up and out. Curry with a rebound. Steph putting it up and out. Looney tipping it in. It's Jimmy Butler who's out of the glass.
Butler landed in Golden State through a 5-team blockbuster that sent Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Dennis Schroeder, Lindy Waters III, and multiple draft picks out the door. A massive move, no doubt, and a controversial one. Not Nico Harrison trading Luka for Anthony Davis levels of controversy, but still enough to split the fan base. Wiggins wasn't just a key piece of the Warriors' rotation, he was a fan favorite, forever cemented in franchise history after his elite two-way showing in the 2022 finals. On the other hand, Butler arrived with baggage, a 35-year-old with a history of locker room friction and a recent, increasingly fragile body. The exit from Miami didn't help his reputation either. For some, this trade screamed desperation, a last-ditch effort to salvage a sinking season. Even Butler himself had different preferences, reportedly favoring the dry heat of Arizona over the Bay Area. But when Miami decided to move on, this was his best and only real escape route. But 8 games in, the picture is starting to clear up. The Warriors were 25-25 before the trade, hovering around the play-in. Since Butler's arrival, they've gone 7-1, rattled off a 5-game win streak, and suddenly look like a team with an identity again. Now, some players put up numbers, others elevate an entire team. And from the looks of it, Jimmy Butler is still the latter. His Warriors debut was a statement.
Butler lob! His first Warrior basket, Buddy Hield.
A 25-point performance in Chicago, the city where his NBA journey began, led Golden State to a dominant 21-point win. He followed that up by dropping 20-plus points in his first 3 games, joining Wilt Chamberlain and Kevin Durant as the only Warriors ever to accomplish that feat. Through 8 games, Butler is averaging 16.4 points, 5.8 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and 1.3 steals per game, becoming the first player in franchise history to record 120-plus points, 30-plus assists, and 30-plus rebounds in his first 6 games. But Butler's impact goes beyond the box score. He's injected life into a Warriors squad that was stagnating mid-season, bringing a level of toughness and confidence that had been missing. The team has regained its rhythm and, more importantly, its edge. Offensively, Butler has been a problem for opposing defenses. He pressures defenders in every way imaginable. With his passing, his footwork, his physicality. He plays off 2 feet, always in control. Jump stop, pivot, never rushed, never careless. The ball rarely sticks in his hands, yet he constantly finds himself in the right spot at the right time, either creating for others or getting his own look.
Jimmy Butler. A lob up top for Butler.
But his most glaring impact comes at the free throw line. In his first 4 games, Butler attempted 40 free throws, including 13 and 15 attempts in his first 2. Through 8 games, that number has climbed to 60 free throw attempts, a massive boost for a team that desperately needed it. Before Butler arrived, The Warriors rank 27th in free throw attempts and dead last in free throw percentage. Since his debut, they sit at 13th in attempts and first in percentage at 85.3%. Statistically, the Warriors haven't had a volume free throw shooter of this magnitude since Kevin Durant, with Butler shooting 87% from the line and averaging 8 free throw attempts per game, 8th best in the league since he joined. In this 7-game sample, Butler has shown exactly why he's one of the most well-rounded players in the league. He crashes the glass, defends at a high level, and makes the game easier for his teammates as a playmaker. But his passing and floor presence have been the most eye-opening aspects of his impact so far. The numbers also say the same thing. Since Butler's arrival, the Warriors' offense has skyrocketed, jumping from 20th in offensive rating to 2nd in the entire league, with a 121.8 rating since the trade deadline. Before he joined, Golden State was a cumulative -90 without Steph Curry on the floor over the first 51 games of the season. Since Butler arrived, +30. A massive swing. The key? Staggered minutes. With Butler leading the non-Curry units, the Warriors finally have someone who can stabilize the offense when their MVP sits.
Butler not going to settle for that three. Nice block by Nick Smith Jr. Jimmy pump fake. Let me drop.
His ability to draw defensive attention as a roller, initiator, and secondary creator has also lightened Curry's load. The shift toward a more balanced two-way identity is becoming clear. With Butler and Draymond Green anchoring the defense, the Warriors have climbed from 10th to 6th in defensive rating. The offense has followed suit, improving from 18th to 6th. So the fit just makes sense. And the Warriors are starting to look like a real problem again. For years, Butler had one wish in Miami: more firepower. He got the Heat to the finals twice, despite Bam Adebayo being his only all-star teammate. Pat Riley once said there are winning players and stats players. Butler has always been the former. His playoff resume speaks for itself. The 2020 Miami team had Adebayo at just 22 years old, Harrow as a rookie, and Duncan Robinson on his first NBA contract. Kendrick Nunn ran the point, yet Butler led them to the finals. In 2023, he did it again. This time as an 8th seed, pushing through the play-in and winning 12 of their first 18 playoff games before running into Denver, who eventually stopped them. 56 points against the Bucks in 2023, one of the greatest elimination game performances ever. A play-in team battling its way to the finals. A Heat squad built on undrafted players taking out Giannis, the Knicks, and the Celtics in a single run. That team introduced the NBA world to Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and Caleb Martin. Despite an underwhelming roster, Butler led them to another championship series. That level of impact is exactly what he's brought to San Francisco.
Oh my goodness, that's a dot.
And Draymond Green put it bluntly, saying, "And the reason I think we all thought we couldn't quite get over was because there was a missing piece. That piece isn't missing anymore. That piece is him." The Warriors spent most of the season stuck in inconsistency, flashes of brilliance mixed with head-scratching losses, a team hovering around .500, struggling to build momentum. Since Butler arrived, everything has changed. The defensive intensity has surged. The offense is more cohesive. Butler's ability to create his own shot, facilitate, and bring a relentless edge has unlocked a new level for Golden State, just in time for the playoff push. But the feeling is also mutual, with Shams Charania reporting about Butler's situation saying, "I haven't sensed the same feeling he's had when he went to Philly, when he went to Miami." This is different for Jimmy Butler going to Golden State. He's staying late for shoot-around. He's staying late for practices. He's spending so much time in the training room, the meal room. He's going above and beyond to ingratiate himself with the Warriors right now. Golden State needed a spark, and this trade was a gamble, but right now it looks like the Warriors made the right call. Now, Golden State has a history of finding the perfect wing to complement Steph Curry's game. Not just any scorer, but someone who enhances the Warriors' system. Smart, tough, and versatile.
Willing to take it and make it. Oh, Steph! Now you see him, now
It started with Andre Iguodala, whose defensive instincts and playmaking helped unlock a dynasty. Then came Kevin Durant, a scoring machine who made an already dangerous team nearly unstoppable. Andrew Wiggins followed, reinventing himself as a two-way force. Each addition is built on the same foundation: elite basketball IQ, defensive versatility, and an ability to shine on the biggest stage. Now, Jimmy Butler has stepped into that role, and Butler isn't just another piece. He's a catalyst. His presence changes the team's DNA. He thrives in chaos, turning rugged, hard-nosed basketball into winning basketball. What makes his pairing with Curry so powerful isn't just the skills they bring, it's their mindsets. Curry leads by example, showing what's possible through relentless work and preparation. Butler demands more from everyone around him, setting the tone with sheer willpower. One inspires, the other enforces. Together, they create a new identity for the Warriors. On the court, the results are immediate. Butler's ability to initiate offense and attack inside has taken the pressure off Curry, giving him more space to operate. The Warriors have used Butler as a secondary ball handler, setting screens for Curry and diving into the paint, forcing defenses to make impossible choices. The impact on Curry's numbers speaks for itself. Before Butler arrived, he was putting up 30-point games but struggling with efficiency, and the Warriors were barely staying afloat.
There, offensive rebound, Payton, out to Steph, lets it fly, Kansas!
Since Butler joined, Curry has had 6 30-plus point performances in 8 games, including a 56-point explosion against the Magic, all with improved efficiency. He's averaging 30.6 points, 5.4 assists, and 4.1 rebounds over that stretch. More importantly, Golden State has gone 7-1 in those games. What makes this duo truly dangerous is their contrast. Curry stretches defenses to the perimeter. Butler punishes them inside. One is a magician, the other a grinder. Their combined presence forces defenses into a no-win situation, giving the Warriors an offensive balance they've lacked for years. A locked-in Jimmy Butler with something to prove is scary. Pair that with Steph Curry's brilliance, and Golden State might have found the missing piece to make another deep run. Now, the Warriors didn't bring in Butler to fit into their system. They brought him in to elevate it. With him, they've added another alpha dog, one they have no intention of taming. His presence has injected a new level of confidence into this team at the perfect time. Butler has spent his career carrying teams, shouldering the burden as the undisputed best player wherever he's been. 5 teams, 5 playoff caliber rosters, and 5 all-star campaigns where his leadership and relentless drive define their identity. But in Golden State, for the first time in his 14-year career, he finds himself alongside another true superstar, Steph Curry. And by his own admission, this is the best team he's ever been part of. The impact is already showing.
Oh my goodness, that's a dot.
The Warriors look revitalized. Expectations are rising again, and they've ripped off 4 straight wins, including a perfect 3-0 record since the All-Star break. They've dominated their last 3 opponents by 24-plus points each, tying a franchise record last set during their 2016-17 championship season. Now sitting in 8th place in the West, just 0.5 games behind the Clippers for 6th, Golden State is back in the mix. With 23 games left and a 32-27 record, their final standing remains uncertain. But one thing is clear, Butler has given this team a new edge, a belief that no opponent is too tough and no challenge too big. And come playoff time, that makes them a very real threat. The Warriors are on fire, but is this the start of a real title push or just a temporary surge? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA breakdowns.